All right, what's up, everybody? Just doing a comic book video here on Iceman #4. Probably the greatest comic ever made. So good that its low sales got it brought back. We get 5 issues of this. Brought back the same team even. Same team, only to have it bomb down again. It's already down to like 9,000 units, which is, as we've always said, theoretically no sales whatsoever. There's chances that all 9,000 issues of this are sitting in comic shops unsold. It's crazy. And I don't know if like Marvel did this as like an FU to the critics or something. I wouldn't put it past them. But it's funny, it costs me $4 to make fun of this book. It costs them at least probably, I don't know, $10,000 probably to pay the team, print this book. So it's like, you're already running in a hole. And I like how, once again, like, look at this. I don't know if you can see that smudge from my finger right there, just from holding this. Like, literally, you touch the book and you take ink off. It's crazy. And, how do you get value out of this? Let's say this issue is the one that like ends up being worth like, it's worth $100, right? If you're one of those CG like grader people, how do you get money when you have all these fingerprints all over the book? It's ridiculous. At least DC, man, like they charge you $4 and you get like matte paper, nice covers. Like I've never had ink come off on my finger on a DC book. It's like, yeah, look at this. I know you can see it there. Look at that. That's just from holding the book. They're doing these Stan Lee tributes, so every book looks like this. I know if you had like a newsstand type deal where the book is like this, you would literally see this. Where usually, you would see like Iceman, right? All you see is Mr. Sinister's head. I imagine that makes it hard to sell these books. I gotta be honest. I've seen there's a channel that has a comic book shop, does like unboxings. I forget the name of it now, but he complains about that. Says like, they're all on stands, so when they go up on the thing, you literally cannot see the name of the book. So anyway, let's get into this. So, oh yeah, we got the tribute thing again. Look at this. Like, what is the point of this? Why wouldn't you tell us about his life? So you just put a lazy picture and then put Stan Lee and his birth date and his death. Okay. Geniuses at Marvel, man. They are the smartest, aren't they? Oh, look. Joe Quesada. Jordan D. White. The best. So, it starts off, Bobby's mad. Bobby wants to go save the Morlock's brother. And this guy could seem to care less about his brother. This is the stupidest person I've ever seen in a comic book. I don't know who he is, but he's like, Iceman's like an Omega level mutant, right? If you don't know what that is, that's like the most powerful level that you can be on the mutant scale. Omega level, that's up there with like Magneto, Jean Grey. It's powerful, right? Because he can make ice clones. He can grow to the size of a building. He can do a lot of crazy stuff. Iceman is pretty popular. He's not popular, but he's pretty powerful. Tina Grace doesn't seem to understand that because all he ever has Bobby do is search the internet for dudes. That's literally all he does is cruising for some butt all day on the internet. This is all Bobby does. He's like a 13-year-old horny boy going through puberty. It's really weird that a grown man is writing this book. So this dude's like talking to him and he's like, I'm gonna go get Mr. Sinister out of jail, or I'm gonna go get your brother out of Mr. Sinister's jail. And this dumbass tells him to go get a lawyer. He's like, why don't you go get me and my brother a lawyer? What is the lawyer going to do? That makes no sense. I gotta think, like, Tina Grace, stick to editing, man. And here's another funny thing that I was surprised to see. What is this page? It's the old girl putting makeup on, worrying about wrinkles. Ugh, when did this wrinkle show up? The downside to leadership, kitten. I'm lucky my hair was already white before trying to lead a team where Bishop was trying to kill Gambit. Dracula tried to marry me, and my goddess knows what else. So they're literally like worrying about their looks, wrinkles, and putting makeup on. Like, what? Did this slip past the editors? Because that's pretty feminine. And, you know, worrying about wrinkles, that's really not the masculine thing for a woman to be doing. So I'm a little shocked. I was a little shocked by that. Of course, we have Bobby running and being immature on his little scooter, running to B-Slab. He's trying to gear up, getting ready to go bust that guy out of Mr. Sinister's jail. All of a sudden, we take up to a thing with Mr. Sinister dancing with himself, getting ready. He knows Bobby's coming over, and tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. Sinister gonna plant that seed. He's gonna plant that seed in Bobby's butt. Fast forward, skipping past the boring speech that they put on, Bobby enters Mr. Sinister's sex dungeon, and they're getting ready to fight. All of a sudden, he gets attacked by like these experiments of Mr. Sinister, and they use pens, actually. You know, they pick up pens to fight him with. I don't know why they wouldn't use swords or something, but Mr. Sinister decided that gigantic pens would be the way to go here. And that's where the fight begins. Why wouldn't you give them guns or swords? I mean, this is the Marvel Universe. Couldn't you could give them frigging lightsabers, for God's sakes? I don't understand why you're giving them giant pens. Why? All right, so Bobby rushes in like an idiot. You would think that he would have been smarter, considering he's one of the oldest and founding X-Men. Instead, he crashes down there to fight the most powerful villain that they have, Mr. Sinister, and he gets pushed into some form of like S&M swing tube or something, and Mr. Sinister starts to explain the 50 Shades of Sinister that he's going to give Bobby. And it's gonna be one wild night for them. One wild night. So you literally see here that Sinister got no consent. He doesn't care if Bobby says no, and he's letting him know that it's gonna turn into one of the craziest nights Bobby's ever been a part of. And then Bobby like falls apart. So yeah, this is a terrible comic book. I think the next one is the last one, and then it's going away. I would imagine they'll probably bring it back into another miniseries. That would be my guess. It seems to be the route they're going. Anyway, this book sucks. I give it a 0 or a 1, actually. That should be fair. 1 through 5. I give it a 1. It's trash. I don't really have a need to keep it around. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Didn't see if I have any like announcements. Not really. I'm gonna probably take it easy this week. I got to take my computer in. Something wrong with it, so I probably won't have too many like commentary videos for a couple of days. I don't know how long it's gonna take for them to find the problem. I don't know what's going on. I've tried to find it. Games keep crashing and stuff, so I don't know. Think of it as a break. So it'll probably just be reviews for a couple of days until I figure this out. That's pretty much it. That is it. Check out my Stream Me, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. What do you think about this masterpiece? Also, hit that notification bell. It does consent. Like, subscribe. I believe I said that already. And I'll see you guys on the next one.